Do I look like someone who would play D&D? So, D&D. I know you've all heard of it. I just feel that's obvious. I really like animated D&D videos. I've seen the Gladiator one, the Jaden Animations one, and some others that I cannot remember for their life of me. To any creatives out there, I highly recommend it. For the very small percent of you out there that don't know what D&D is, I'll briefly explain. It's a fantasy roleplay game that you play with your imagination and can do whatever you want. Usually you are given some kind of large quest at the beginning, like collecting magical items or killing some powerful being. Your campaign ends when you complete that quest, but of course you can do whatever you want. Originally, when I started, I was mad that there was a set objective, but as I progressed through the campaign, I found out that there are an infinite number of things to do and options to pick. So today, I'm going to walk you through my campaign so far, and trust me, it gets pretty weird. We begin in a small village. Multiple creatures gather together at the farm of an old wealthy man desperate to gain riches, glory, fame, or adventure. Most of them happen to back out, leaving only 4 people remaining. There's Pixel, an elf dragonborn with a sword and a keen sense of life and magic. Bartholomew, a gnome bard who yearns to speak with animals and to play a ballad for all to hear. Bob T. Mad, a human barbarian wanting to conquer all the villains who cross their path. And finally, me, old man with a knife or Omwak, a dwarf thief ranger who was transformed into a cat burglar as a child, and appropriately named by the old woman who adopted him, Ole with a spatula, or Olus, who named him that because she hates her deadbeat husband. Omwak's main goal in life is to explore with his friends, make more friends, and become a master wallet thief. The odd quartet is told to bring the wagon to the innkeeper in another village across the bend, but we're warned of dangers ahead. We all ignore him and head on our merry way. On our way, we see 2 horses who Bob observes who have been killed by poison-tipped arrows. Naturally, Bart decides to lick the poison arrow to see if it's really poison, and dies. I want to eat a rock even though I have a huge bag of rations, but just as I pick it up, a group of goblins appear. Naturally, I throw the rock at a goblin and miss despite my 18 dexterity, and we all roll once and get our butts beat. Naturally, we restart the campaign, and the DM forbids us from licking unknown objects, unlock stories to rocks. And this time, we beat the goblins. We find the path they came from, and after very little deliberation, we decide to follow it. Unlock frees us in time to travel driving the wagon, and the merry band of travelers walk down the path. Whoa, a pack of wolves! What should we do with them? Okay, they with us now. What? So now we have 3 dogs that I forgot the names of. I believe they were Fedge, Dave, and Needy. We find a cave and head inside, only to be attacked by hobgoblins. We let the dogs beat them up as we go deeper into the cave. There's this big flight of stairs leading to a huge treasure hoard. We all decide that it's too dangerous to go all the way down there because I forgot to mention the huge goblin horde. So naturally, I threw Dave down the stairs and jumped down with him. Fortunately for us, my round crab body, along with the monk stats I had gotten from a recent level up, made me a great projectile and killed them all. Then everyone else just kinda goes along with it and heads on down. Suddenly, we find the leader of the hobgoblins that jumped us. It was an ogre, or a wolf bear or something. And she's big and terrifying. Naturally though, Bart uses this absolute unit of a charisma stat to become the ogre's boyfriend. Oh frick, that was quick. The ogre gives her hubby all the treasures, and we split it 4 ways. Then she beats up all the hobgoblins and grants us safe passage back through the entrance at the cave. At the entrance, we find a suspicious-looking figure. Hi, I heard you were having some trouble. I'm Xavier Edgerson. Go by Zav. A wizard in training trying to gain the knowledge of the ancients. I'm here to help and to learn. I do not plan on making any money and— Holy cow, is that an ogre? 1, feel free to join the group. 2, that's Bart's girlfriend. She likes breaking stuff. 3, is it normal for you to have 7 goblins surrounding you? What? No, DM, why would you do this? It sounded funny! So now the travelers and their new member were surrounded by a large group of goblins that were mad we took their leader. Zav immediately tries a confusion spell, but hits the ogre. Since Zav happened to roll a 2, the spell managed to snap the ogre back into reality. Honey! How could you do this? Alright, let's run before we die. We make it to our destination, a thriving town full of bustling citizens. As Bob, Zab, and Fritzel bring the wagon to the location, Bart and Omwak kick some children and decide to go to the blacksmith to get some gear. Unfortunately, the gear is awfully expensive, so Omwak decides to steal some. Crackerjacks. Hey, what are you doing? Yeah! Hey, what's going on here? You threw a dagger at me. Oh, okay. So they managed to kill this guy and just kinda went with it. Of course though, some random guy named Jack decided to watch and was going to call the guards on us. when they decided to bribe him instead. It worked, but now he's part of the crew. He's a paladin knight though, which they were missing, so it was okay, and they all just kinda ignored the fact that they disintegrated some guy. So they all meet up together again and ask the townsfolk what place happens to be the most dangerous. They told them that they could find some trouble at the old bar in the mansion. They headed over to the mansion initially, but some drunk idiots outside the bar started going, "Woof, woof, look what the cat dragged in," as Armlock passed. Deeply offended, Armlock throws a boomerang with the pinpoint accuracy of a dexterity stat of 18 to miss and accidentally hit himself in the head. This angers the guys, so they come to attack us, and almost immediately, Pixel bonks them on the head and kills them. We all go inside the bar, and Armlock's still enraged, so he starts to beat people up. Pixel starts waterbending and drowning people, while Zav freezes them, and Armlock and Bart just beat the ever-living crap out of everyone else, while Bob and Jack just sit there disappointed. After knocking out an excessive amount of people, Armlock takes all the milking rations from the bar and somehow carries it all in his little pockets in his belt. We all go to the mansion and find 4 doors, all of which are locked. One door, though, had a suspiciously cat-sized hole in it. Naturally, all the spell users combine their abilities to temporarily transform everyone, minus Armlock, into a cat. They crawl through and find a single-eyed demon sitting cross-legged on the floor.
Yes, I offer information on whatever you desire. For a price, of course.
You can have Meaty the dog.
That works.
He answers all of our questions, revealing that the mansion is the home of a cult who worships this wizard guy. He also reveals to them that the key to the door is under a welcome mat and opens a portal to the outside of the door. We explore the mansion more and find a huge ballroom where the cult followers are drinking and playing games. Naturally, if we walk in normally we're cooked, so Pixel casts a disguise spell on us so we can make it all the way through. Before we go out the back, Ahmed throws a bomb into the room in a brawl that they completely ignore. They find a large bedroom where the wizard dwells and use a see-through wall spell to check out what he's doing. Fortunately, they find out that it was just a projection because the wizard had already escaped. He left in a rush though, and so we loot the room and get a load of items. The most notable are glass staff that paired with Armlock's second blunt attack ability is insanely powerful. We leave the mansion and go off on a journey to defeat the wizard, and a bunch of monsters on the way. Bart grabs a horse, a wagon, a little more rations, and a colony of rats, where most of them they just used as bait to catch owls. On the way, Bob finds a rabbit and gushes about how cute it is. As a joke, Pixel tries to cast a spell that will make Bob think they're a rabbit. Unfortunately, he rolled a 1 and it goes so bad that he polymorphs Bob into an actual rabbit, even though he can't even learn to polymorph it. So now one of our members is a rabbit, and we don't know how to deal with that. Suddenly, a group of goblins come out and attack us, the travelers. Armlock is asleep in the back of the wagon, being no help, while Bart, Zav, Jack, and Pixel fight the goblins. Bob tries to help too, but ultimately fails and gets kicked around, unfortunately too much. Lightning strikes Bob, a beautiful spectacle occurs. Flashing lights, lightning strikes all of Bob in the center. 3 blasts of energy until finally human Bob falls to the ground. What the frick just happened? And that's it. That's all I'll tell you. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I hope you like my story.